Hey guys, good evening, I guess. Yeah, it's good evening. So let me see. Okay. Mhm. Pop out chat. Yeah. So good evening, guys. How are you doing? Okay, let's wait for a while. Did you all hear? Okay. Okay. Great. Hmm. Okay. Great. Okay. Today you guys are a little late. Okay. I know because the session is happening after a lot of days. That may be a reason. No worries. Okay. Hi, Shrisha. How are you doing? Yeah, I'm great. Okay, Sisha is here finally. So basically, I was ill for quite a long time. Basically, I got malaria and also it took a little time for me to recover, but now I'm perfectly okay. So no issues at all. Okay. Here is it. Now I'm much better. Okay, great, great. Yeah, I'm now like almost quite well. That's great. I have also forgot what till what point we have done. Okay, we'll check it out. We'll check out all those things. Okay. Yes, yes, Amog, I'm quite well. No. Okay. So I think in the previous classes, I explained you the basics of JavaScript. Okay, and we just started with the game, right? I'll say it has been a number of days, so I'll repeat that one thing today again. Like what they say, that basics of the game, because otherwise, if some of you are new or since it has been some time, so you guys may have forgotten. Okay, okay, great, guys. So, shall we get started? Awesome. So let's get started. Okay. So desktop one. Okay, let me arrange it first. Okay. So 1 second. Give me this is okay. Let me bring the chat to the screen too. Okay, great. Okay, now let me share my screen. Someone is messaging me. Let me stop that message first. Okay, nice. Okay, so now where is this? Let me share the screen. Desktop one. You'll be able to see my desktop. It's quite clouded with files and folders. But what to do? Ah, so now we are here. Awesome. So let me open some things. Let me open it here. It's opening in the second tab. Let me bring it here 1 second. So we were starting with a car game, right? Okay. So let's just get started. I think if I have the code, I'll show it to you, like my car game. Look, I have it. Where it is, I don't remember. So just let me have a look. So this is teaching. I will have it on GitHub that I know, but if I have it here, it will be nice, right? Okay. Code platform. Okay. Code YouTube responsive portfolio. This is portfolio teaching. I don't know where the car game is. I think all of you, sir, we are doing, yes, yes, we are doing the car game project. Okay, I don't remember where is the car game. So let's, anyway, we start it, no problem. YouTube. Okay. Okay, there, this is the one, the car game. No, this is not the one. Wait, this is the 15. Open with Microsoft Edge. This is a card game if we are making, if you guys have forgot. This is the game that we are ultimately making. So basically this has three sections. The above section is for this code. This black section in the vertical direction, this is the place where we'll play the game. Okay. And I'll restart those things. Okay. So basically what will happen is some of you may have forgot, even I forgot what I was doing. Okay. So I'll repeat that one, a few things that I think we did about 50, 100 to 60 line of codes, right? That part I'll repeat. Okay. Press here to start. Okay. So now you can start. Okay. So, okay. We don't have, like, car will not look like it will look like an actual car. I'll use the pictures. I think that picture is currently not there when I download it from GitHub. Okay. You can see it, basically what is happening. Okay. The score is getting increased. And when I'm touching this, the score is getting in. So this is like the start screen. Okay. So basically it's game, once the game ends or before the game starts, it is always there. So we will be making three sections basically, and we'll be working on that. Okay. Okay. So we are restarting the car game because it has been some time. Okay. So don't worry where we, I think I have some parts we have done, but I'm restarting it. Okay. Teaching is greater than YouTube. Vijay, I like that thing went a little above my mind. If you can explain a little. Okay. Okay. So let me close this. Okay. So this will not, there will not be 15 files. So what I have done now, like code one, code two, basically when I coded for last time in the project in like what do you say, for a batch, they told me to divide the code into several sections. So this code one will have some part of code, code two will have the next part of code. That's all. Okay. This is okay. This is our folder, car game folder that we were doing, right? Okay. So let's do it again. Okay. Index.html. Are you sure you want to add an extension.html at the end? Oh, sorry, I created a file. Car game. So we are here. Car game. Okay, awesome. So now let's get started. Okay. So I'll be a little fast in the previous section because of course you can see it from the previous videos if you need more explanation. Okay. HTML. HT. What happened to my suggestion engine? Let's start it. Okay. So this game will be more focused for your JavaScript domicile, means we'll use less HTML, more JavaScript. Okay. So in the body, I'll be writing. So basically, we talked about one particular section, that is a score section, right? So this is your score section. Then we have a section like what is a game section, right? You can call this game screen. So sorry. Game screen. Now your game screen has basically two sections. One is the web start screen, like where basically the screen gets started, right? And then you have the game area. So dot start is that red thing that I showed you, right? Start screen. Let's write hello here in the start screen as of now. And then we have this particular section, the game area. Dot game. Okay. So this is where, let's leave it like this. Okay. So now what will happen? So let's see what basically will happen. So when this start screen is there, okay, initially when you have the start screen, this game area will not be there. This will be like hidden behind it, right? So that we'll not be able to see it. Once this start screen gets invisible, like we click it, then it will go away, then game area will basically come. So what I'll do, I'll add one more class, hide here. Okay. And in this area, style dot hide. Okay. Display one. Okay. Awesome. Let's continue with the JavaScript. So script. So in the script, what will we do? We'll first access these, right? Okay. So how to access this? We did the selecting method, how to select a few things. Okay. So left or const, whatever you want to use. So let's suppose score, no? So document dot in case if you have problem with this, and there will be like some videos already that I have taught, so those things will be covered. Okay, score. So buffering, I think you have network issue. Is it buffering for everyone? Or is it just for you? I guess I am on a good network. Let me check my speed. New window. No, sir. No, I think it is just you. Only it's working just for you. My speed is okay. So let start screen is equals to document dot query select start. I guess you guys know this already. These things. Okay. Now let game area is equals to query selector game area. I'm getting this selection, I'm getting this suggestion because of Copilot, right? Now let's the next thing. So what I'll be trying to do, I'll just check if the game everything is working properly or not. So I'll just try to click on the start screen. So how can you click on that? So start screen dot add event listener. Right, we have talked about add event listener, right? Okay, Wi-Fi. Okay. Thank you. Okay, click start screen, and then we'll be basically going to function. If you don't understand something or if you have forwarded something, let me know in the chat. I'll explain it again. No worries. Add event listener. Okay, and let's give it a name. Okay, so what name you will give it? Okay, so okay. I need to say, let's print something. Sorry. What is happening? Start again. Okay, so you can just write console.log or just start. Okay, so in the console.log star will get printed. Okay, right click, open with live server. So I'm opening with live server. Let me open it. This hello is coming from this HTML, right? Okay. Command B. Let me zoom it a little. Okay, I zoomed. Right click, inspect. Whenever you're working with a front-end project which involves JavaScript, make sure your console is always open. Okay. Okay. Now what will happen? If I click, okay, that means if I click, this event is done, then this should get printed in the console, right? So I'll click here. Means here. You will see start. Okay, the number of time I'm clicking, you see that the values is basically getting increased. So basically, this is working. Perfect. Well, let's proceed. Awesome. So now let's go to the next thing. So now since this is a game, okay, the game is all about keys, right? So you'll be dealing with a lot of keys. Like when you are playing a car game, there will be some keys like arrow up, arrow down, arrow left, arrow right, through which helps, like it helps your car to basically move, right? Okay. So basically, and you may have also wondered, like if I press a certain key, how does my website know that a particular key is getting pressed? So this is add event listener. It will take care of all the things. So like you interact with the website, that is basically an event. So it have a look at each and everything. Okay. So now I'll use a document this time. Like why I'm using document, so that anywhere on the screen, if there's a click, I'll basically know it. Okay. Document. Wow, this is a great suggestion. So not a start screen. Key down means I'm pressing a key. Okay, so let's suppose I give it a function name key press. Okay. Remember here key down, then this D is in small letters. Okay. Okay. Don't confuse with functions. Okay. Document dot add event listener key up. So key press, key released. With key, there are always two events. One is a press event, and when you leave the key, you unpress it basically. So two events. Okay. So let's have a function. So function, let's call it key press. And the second function, basically, let's call it function. Let's call it key released. Okay. Now, I think we have already discussed. I'll explain it again. Every add event listener, whichever function that you're using, will have a by default parameter e, which will have all the events associated with it. Okay, like let's suppose I print e console.log. Okay, I'll do it later. First I'm doing this key press so you can understand what is this key basically. Okay, so now if I click something, let's suppose I'm pressing T. Okay, so some event is there. Okay, so it will show you a lot of events. Now this will also give you some information about your event, what event you basically did. Okay, so now you basically, it's not possible for you to always know which one should I use. So sometimes you have to go through it. Okay, so basically I need the key that was basically pressed. So that is with key, right? So this whole object name is E. So E dot key will give me T, right? So if I write here E dot key, okay, this will give me T, right? Perfect. So let me press now. Let me press T. You'll get to. If I'm pressing J, you'll get J. G G. Top arrow means arrow up. So on. Okay. Okay. Similarly, you can also print this here in the key release. So when here the key will be pressed and here the key will be released. So if you want to see it, key pressed. Key released. Okay. There is some, okay, I sort it out. So now let's suppose I'm pressing H. So at key pressed H and key release H. So pressed it and released it. Now this is one thing. Now this event will not only take care of single press. Like if you are doing multiple presses, what do I mean by that? Multiple key at the same time. Like let's suppose I am pressing S and then H. And then I'll not release S. See, S is hold. Like see, S is there. I have pressed H and released it several times. Then now I have released S. You can see S I pressed here and kept pressing it. I released it later. In between, I pressed H many number of times and released it. So you can do it combine also with various things like S, T, finally I've released S. So it can even encounter multiple events at the same time. Okay. Right. But now there is a genuine problem. The problem is, okay, basically I can take the keys, but I cannot allow every keys to get participated in the game, right? It will become very difficult for end user, the person who is playing the game, to remember which key does what. Okay, so we do a certain limit, right? Okay. So basically what to do? So let's do it here. Anywhere you do it, not a problem. So let's make a keys. Okay. So basically the keys will have few things. What are those? Basically the name of the key. So let's suppose what was the name of the keys? Arrow up, right? For the top arrow. And this is what? This is a suggestion. Okay. So arrow up, arrow down, arrow left, arrow right. All the 4 arrows I have considered. Okay. False, 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 false. Okay. Okay. So now what I'll do, if a key is getting pressed. Okay. So what I'll do in that case, the name is keys, keys. So keys, okay, E dot key, whichever key is pressed, okay, I'll make it true. Okay. And the key, okay, if it is released, you will make it false. Okay, then you can basically print the key. Okay. Done. Okay, so now let's check it. If I press, let's about top arrow. So top arrow was true, then it became false. Okay, so now left arrow, right arrow, everything, it becomes true and false. Okay, this keeps happening, right? Whenever I press it, it became true, false. Here I press like the right arrow, so right became true, then it became false when I released it, right? The only problem with this approach is Right? Let's suppose you press a key, T. So basically what happened? If you see, key is also added here. Okay. 1 second. Why is T false? T should be true, right? Okay. Let's try it again. So I'm pressing T. ALT error. T is false. Now that's a problem. T should be true, no? And here T is false. There is one problem here. Here T should come as true, right? So key is T dot key, which is T, is true. This is false here. So let me try it again. So let's suppose I press B this time. Sorry. So keys is an array or what detect? Keys is an object. I press J. Okay. So J is false. There is some problem here. T is also false. Arrow up is true. Okay, there is some problem going on. This should come as true, right? Okay. So keys E dot key equal to true. Keys E dot key, there is some problem going on here. Keys arrow up. False, 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 false. Okay. No worries, I explain you that later. I'm not, this should be true. Okay. Semicolon, no semicolon, but the semicolon is like not a compulsory thing. If you put it or if you don't put it, doesn't matter here in JavaScript. Okay. Okay, no issues. Okay, that part I'll let you know. Okay. So here, oh, now it's okay. I think I don't know what was the problem earlier. Okay. Oh no, it's still false. No, here H is true. H is true. Okay, it's true. Then this is false. No, it's false. Okay, I'll figure out that later. Okay. Here it's coming true, but here if I'm expanding it, it becomes false. Okay, no worries. Okay. I mean to say that time it may be giving the current value of key. That may be the reason. Like let's suppose I press L. So once you release it, it will be okay. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's change the value. False and true. So I'll explain you one thing. Okay. So now let's press Y. I'm pressing Y. So Y is false and Y is true. It's okay. Now expand it. You're getting Y is true. It is because, so when you're expanding it, it is fetching the values from the keys. And when it is fetching at that particular time, Y is already true, right? That is the main reason you are getting it true. Okay. Basically, Y became false here, not a problem. Earlier also, Y became true here. Okay. But now when I'm expanding it, you're getting it true. Because currently, when you're expanding it, at that time, both the event has already occurred. So now what is the latest value of Y? It's like true, right? Here. That is why you are getting true. Is this clear? Why this change was basically there? Right? Awesome. Okay, great. Let's continue. Yeah. Awesome. So this is okay. Okay. So now let's continue to the next thing. Okay. So today very less of you are here. No worries. I guess by tomorrow I think most of you will be here back. Okay. So I want to explain you something here. Okay. So for the next thing, basically. Okay. So for the next concept, now we have to understand a little bit about recursion. How does basically recursion work? Okay. So because we have to add some animations here. Okay. So that concept is little bit based on recursion. So what I'll do, I'll give you one recursion question, and I means two recursion question basically. I'll tell you to tell me the answer, else I'll explain you how this basically happens. Okay, so you can understand the next part. So you can do it without that, but you'll not be able to understand to the full extent. Okay. So if I tell you, just let me know the answers in the chat. 1 second. Just let me know the answer is. So function, let's suppose print. Okay. So let's suppose n is there. If n equals 0, then I'm doing an empty return. Okay, return empty. Else, what I'll be doing? I'll be doing like console.log and print n minus 1. The function name, okay, is print. And I'm calling it print 5. So guys, let's make it 3 for simple as of now. What do you think? What will be the answer for this problem? Okay, this is a problem 1. Okay, I'll give you a problem 2 also. The same thing here, just I'll change this line. Okay, so what will be the difference in both the output? This is the first one and this is the second one. Okay, the first one will be 3 to 1. Okay, the second one, yes, go on, think. Nothing, no, something will be printed. 3 to 1 and 1 to 3. Awesome, Ankit. Okay, 1 to 3 amount, great. Okay, the first one will give you 3 to 1, no doubt. Okay, the second one will give you 1 to 3. Okay. Okay, so now let's have a look. How do you basically calculate the answer? Because we use this currently with something called request animation frame, because we'll be using request animation frame currently, where we will basically need this concept. I will return back to the previous form. Yes, totally correct, Abhishek. Yes, so let me find my pen, digital pen. Yes. Okay, so so if you see it, T is not in object. No? I'll talk about that. Okay, that thing. Okay, sorry. There you're talking about. Okay, yeah. Basically, I did not tell you T in the object. No? So basically, what happens? No? So like this keys is an object, right? Okay. So now what will happen if you write something like this keys? Okay, let's suppose T is equals to, let's suppose 10. Okay, so now B is now, I got your point. See, if you write keys T equal to 10, something like this. So what will happen? If T is present in the key, okay, in case of object, if T is present in the key, so what will happen? The value will get updated. Okay, like see, if T is already present here, okay, so what will happen? The value of T will get updated to 10. If T is not present here, it will get added. Okay, as simple as that. Got a point? Great. So that is why there B and other, what do you say, T was not present, but since you were pressing it, so it was getting added, right? But now that will not be a problem for us, is because like when we write condition, if else condition, we only write condition on these things. Okay, so that will not be a problem at all. Okay. Okay, or you can also do a check here. Okay, see, you can just write here. So let me first check it. This is true and this is false. If you don't want the things to get added, okay, so you can just write a simple condition here. If keys dot, I mean to say What is it? The name is key, isn't it? Okay. So what I'll do, I basically collect all the keys. So what are the different keys? Arrow up, arrow down, arrow left, arrow right. Okay. So if p dot key is equal arrow, right? This I'll explain you later. What is this? Okay. So see, now I've written a condition. If e dot key is equal arrow up, or e dot key is equal arrow down, or arrow left, or arrow right, then only use this. Else don't then only means do any of these operations, else don't do it. If someone press someone else key, no effect. Okay. Okay. Similarly, you can do the same condition here. Okay. But it will not affect anything. Even if you write it or don't write it, it will not be a problem. Okay. Because when you're writing the game, you're basically writing conditions on arrow up. So if someone presses arrow up, then only the speed of car will increase. So even if he presses R, it will not have any effect. Right? Hope it's clear. So now, yeah, let me explain you quickly. Okay, so we basically understand it this way. So consider something like a box. This is basically a stack, but even if you don't know a stack, no worries. Okay, consider it like this. Okay, let me make it a little bigger. Here. So let me remove this. How to remove this is Control A, Control C. Okay, so let me do it one by one. Let me make it full screen. Okay. Okay. So how do we calculate this? Is simply, sorry for not having the straight line, but it's okay. So the first thing, the name is print. No, so I'm using the short form of the name as P. Okay. Okay. So in the first box, P3 will basically come because you're calling on 3, right? That means the value of this n is 3. We'll say yes, the value of n is 3. The value of n is 3. So this condition is currently false. N is equal to 0 is false. It will come here console.log n. So what is the value of n? 3. So 3 will get printed. We'll say awesome. Then print n minus 1. So again, which is P2. So now you don't know the value of 2. What is the value of 2, right? So you know, if a program, like if it does not know the value of this, it will not go ahead. Like program will go step by step. No, so first it will solve this line, then it will solve this line, then it will go to the next line. If it does not solve this line, it will never go to the next line. Okay, so it will first wait to solve this. Once this is calculated, then it will return to line number 7. Okay. Okay, so now P2 will be calculated. For P2, what will be the value of n? N will be 2. So P2, how P2 is getting calculated? First, why it is getting calculated? Because P3 cannot get completed without knowing the value of P2. So it is forcing to calculate P2. So now how to calculate P2? Just put 2 in the function, in this function normally. So n is 2. This condition is still false. Console.log n. So console.log 2 is getting printed. Print n minus 1. So now it demanded what is the value of P1. It will say, I don't know the value of P1. Then please calculate, then only proceed to line number 7. So now it will, I'll go to P1. That means n is equals to 1. So now what will happen? This will say, sorry, n is equals to 1. So this console.log 1 is printed. Now you are print n minus 1, that is P0. This is P0. Now we are here at line number 7. Awesome. Great. Then now we are here, P0. So again, P0 it does not know, so we came here. For 0, this condition is to return empty. So when n is 0, it gave you a value which is empty, means no value. So what is the value of P0? You will say no value. Okay, means it returned you something which is nothing. Okay. So now the value that he basically calculated, whatever it is, now I'll go to line number 7. Line number 7 is the end. So work is done. What is the value of P1? Nothing, right? This the value means it should return something. So nothing is returned, right? So this is the work is done. So I'll return to line number 7, which is over. Similarly here, P2, what is the value of P2? Nothing. I'll return to line number 7, it's over. So the value is 32. Okay, I know it's maybe doubtful to some of you. So let me explain the second question. It will be more clear. Okay, now let me put it on the top. Okay, so now let's have a look here. So what is this? This is something like P. Okay, I will take this P only, P3. So that means the value of n is 3, right? We'll say yes, the value of n is 3. So console.log n. So now, sorry, the value of n is 3. So here 3 came, this condition is false. So now I am here at line number 5. What is line number 5? Print n minus 1. That means this will be P2. So now since this is P2, it does not know the value of P2, right? No idea. So it cannot go to line number 6. So it will say once I calculate P2, I'll return to line number 6. So now it will go to P2. That means n is equals to 2. It will say, yeah, awesome. So now again, it will come to P1. P1 console.log n. So it cannot calculate that line because it does not know the value of P1. So it will return to that line. So this is P1. So the basic n is equals to 1. So this will be P0 and then again same line number 6. And P0, you know, P0 is a chill dude. I'll say, okay, I will return you empty. Okay, so the value of P0 is empty. Okay, no value. Okay, so line number 6. What is in line number 6? Console.log n. What is the value of n here? 1. So 1 is getting printed. So what is the value this returned? 1? No, it did not return you a value 1. It printed the value of 1. What is the value of P1? You will not say 1 because value means it returns something. It did not return you anything, right? So that means value is nothing. Okay. So line number 6, console.log n. So basically n is 2, so 2 got printed. Similarly, here it did not give you anything. Line number 6, console.log n is 3, 3 got printed. Let me know if this is clear to all of you. Yes, no. What do you guys think? Is this part clear to all of you? Come on. I know today quite less of you are here. No problem. What do you get clear? Great. So just one question, just to check it out, that you like, I am not interested in getting the answer, the problem that I'll give you. I'm more interested in the approach that you should know how to do that approach. That is what I'm more interested in. Okay. So, sorry. So let me know the answer for this. With the approach, I'm not interested in the answer again. I'm interested that you are able to do that approach. That is what I'm interested in. Give it a try with the approach. I'll give you a few minutes. Then I'll see someone is messaging me a lot. Can you believe it? I'll mute that group anyway. Yeah, no, okay, someone was basically. One second, let me mute this group. They are messaging a lot. Mute notification for 8 hours. Okay, guys. Answers. Sorry, but I mean to say approach. Are you able to do the approach? Yes, know something. I guess today many of them are not interested. We're 3 to 1. Awesome, Abhijit. Okay. Okay. Others, are you able to do the approach, right? Let me know once you're done. No, Darshan, little different. No, Rishabh, little different. Oh, no, sorry. Correct. Darshan and Rishabh both correct. Sorry. I read it in the reverse way. Sorry. Ankit, yes, it's correct. Awesome. Awesome. So I guess you are able to do that approach part, right? Correct? Yes. Awesome. Okay. If all of you are clear, okay. So I'll give you the last question basically. Okay. In this part, since I'm covering a topic, I'd basically cover it in full way. Okay. So, and recursion is a quite important topic. So let me know the answer for this, and then we are done. Okay, so I'll make the things little simple for you. 3 will be like quite long. Let's go with 2. Okay. Give this a problem a try. Okay. If you're able to do the problem, recursion is totally clear to you, completely. Give it a try for a few minutes. I look quite dark today, no? Yeah, maybe. Come on, guys. Let me see who gives. You are not allowed to run the code and give me the answer. Okay. You're allowed to calculate. Okay, Rishabh, that's great. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So let me explain this quickly because this approach is a little different, and we are done with the recursion fundamentals also here, along with this question. So if you see it, so I cannot explain you here. You will understand the reason. Okay. Awesome. Shravya, yeah. Abhijit, Darshan, great. So multiple answers. Hope you have not cheated. Okay. Okay. So let me know how many of you did the correct approach. Okay. So I'll be doing it. And once I do it, currently you don't know what is the correct approach. What is this? From some of the previous times. I'll take a screenshot of this because I cannot explain this here. You will understand that I have to rub this multiple times. Okay. Taking a with the line numbers. Bring it here. Making it smaller. Okay, so see this question. Okay, so now let me take the white color. You see, sorry. Okay, let me make the box one by one. This is for like what is it? First number is 2, no? So P2. That means the value of n will be 2, right? We'll say yes. So n is 2, so 2 will pass here. So what will happen? In line number 5, we got P1. So now it cannot proceed because it does not know the value of P1. So once it knows, it will continue from line number 6. I'll say yes. So what will happen? So now, okay. So basically, sorry. So this is P1, right? So this is P1. So now it is forcing us to calculate P1. You will say yes. So n is equals to 1. So now since n is equals to 1, so basically what will happen? So it will go down and get stuck here at p is equal to 0. You will say yes, no problem. So and then here at line number 6. And then finally it will go to p is equal to 0. So n equal to 0. Okay. Then it already know empty. So no value is there. Okay. Okay. So now there is some interesting thing that you should know. Once the work of a certain box is done, that box is basically deleted from the computer memory. So the work of P0 is basically done. It gave you a value, nothing. Okay. So that means P0 is deleted from your computer memory. It does not exist as soon as the work is done. Okay. So now the value of P0 is basically calculated, which is nothing, right? Okay. So now it will go to line number 6. What is line number 6? Console.login. What is the value of n? 1. So 1 got printed. Okay. Now line number 6 is done. So let's remove the line number 6 part. Okay. Now it came to line number 7, which is Pn minus 1. N is 1, so P0 again. It wants the value of P0 again, and after calculating P0, it will come to line number 8. Now you'll say, we already calculated the value of P0, but computer does not know. That is because once the value of P0 was known, it got deleted. Now it does not exist for computer. So what will computer do? Computer will recalculate the value of P0. P0, N is 0, so it gave you empty. So the value is empty now. Okay, so now it will go to line number 8. It is the empty. Okay, the value of P0 is basically over. Okay, what about P1? P1 is also completed. It did not return you anything, right? Okay, so this is done. P1 also did not return you anything. This is done. So P1. So now I'll go to line number 6, which console.log n is 2. 2 is getting printed. So line number 6 work is basically done. Now it will go to line number 7, print n minus 1. So that is P2, n is 2, so P1. Okay, then it will return to line number 8. Right? So again, it will go for P1 and repeat the complete process. P1, so that means n is equal to 1. You have to calculate P0. Okay, when you pass, then it will go to line number 6. Then again, P0 will be calculated where n is 0. It return you empty. So since it return you empty, so it will go to line number 6. 1 will be printed. Now this work is over, right? This is deleted. This work is over. So now it will go to line number 7, which is again P0, right? Again P0. Then once that is calculated, then it will go to line number 8. So again P0 will be basically formed. Okay, the value return will be empty. So this is empty, right? Then it will go to line number 8. So work is over, right? So now P1 is over, P0 is over, right? What is the value of this P1? Empty. So now it will go to line number 8. This is over. So now this is done. So the value is 1. Hope it's clear. Did you understand the steps? Yes, no? Yes, no, something? Okay, and I see quite less of you are here. Okay, no problem. So I'm keeping this today short because we have taken it from a okay, awesome. Some of you understood it. I'm keeping it today short, okay, because we have came after a lot of classes, okay. So we'll again start from tomorrow, okay, at the same time. But now it will be continuous since my health is okay, okay. Okay, I'll also invite the other persons because we were not able to, like, I was not able, I think many of you were not able to join because it took happen after a lot of days. Okay, awesome guys. So great, and we will try to complete the complete cargo in the like tomorrow sessions. Okay, perfect. So it may take a little more, like 15-20 minutes will be extend, but we'll be able to complete it. Okay, great guys. Then I'll catch you up later. Bye-bye.